Hey, what's up, clarinet players? Let's play Samba La Bamba by William Owens. Don't forget to slow down the video if there's anything that's hard that you're working through using the settings icon wheel. And then also, don't forget to stick around to the end where I'm going to go over some tips and tricks on how to make this sound amazing for your concert. Here we go. Alright folks, so pretty cool song. I love this tune. My wife, who's a band director, also just got done doing this tune with her middle schoolers, and they loved it as well. So don't forget to drop me comments about how your concert prep is going. I'd love to hear about it. So right off the bat, we have to talk about the style. This is a samba. It's like a dance kind of thing. And so whenever we have quarter notes or eighth notes, we have to make sure that they're separated ever so slightly. D, 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 D. So little separation between the quarter notes and the half notes and so on and so forth. But the eighth notes, those are the ones that are going to really stick out as bad if we're not able to get them short enough. So da, 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 da. T, 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 t. So make sure you get that air to stop using the top of the tongue to the reed. T, 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 D, T, T, T. Going between D and C on the clarinet is not terribly difficult. Just make sure you're using your ears and you have a great, wonderful sound and mouth setup so you can be rich and full. Measure 9, we've got an MF and then dash and then an F. What that means is the first time you're going to play mezzo forte, the second time you're going to play forte. First and second time meaning when you repeat back to measure 9, that second time it'll be forte instead of mezzo forte. Now, as a clarinet player, dynamics are all relative. So if the band director is saying like more, then you get to play louder. If the band director is saying less, then you have to play less, regardless of what the dynamic levels say. We're more interested in phrasing, us band directors, than we are about dynamic levels that are written on the page. So instead of thinking to yourself, must be mezzo forte, da 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 da, be thinking instead, watch the conductor, da 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. We're going for like a beautiful melody over like a dance feel. So yes, the volume matters, but only in confines to what your ensemble is set up like and what your band director is telling you. I played this as mezzo piano and mezzo forte, if I'm being honest. I was not playing forte here. I was playing as full as I could, but I didn't want to like chirp and mess up. In fact, I think one of them I did chirp. I remember chirping at some point in the song, making a squeaker. Let's see. Make sure you observe these quarter rests. I mean, obviously, if you're listening to this enough, you're not going to miss those quarter rests. So the main trick here is listening to the song. I showed you with my voice the crescendo on the whole note. Da da dee da da. It's got to have somewhere to go, or else it's going to sound flat. Da 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 da. Right? That sounds very amateurish. It doesn't sound like I'm some professional clarinet player. Not that I sound like one, but you know what I mean. Like we're going for that professional sound, and we can get that a little bit closer by just putting some crescendos and some pushes on some of these notes that are longer. When you get down to the first ending, make sure you are prepared mentally for jumping back to measure 9. And remember, it goes a little bit louder that second time. When you get done with measure 13 the second time, jumping ahead to the second ending, da 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 da. Make sure this da 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 going into measure 19 is really crisp and tight and lines up with your whole ensemble. It's right with the metronome click or your band director conducting da da da. Because this is a little drum break, right? It's a huge band unison 2D section. 2D meaning everyone. We want everybody to be really locked in from the articulation and the timing standpoint. Here at measure 19, you really just got to pay attention to how many rests do I have, what does the beat of the drums sound like, and what was my band director doing or my musical leader, so that you don't come in early. We don't see a lot of Fs in the song, but here's our first F. Da 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 dum dum da da dum. So make sure that F is in tune. You've got a good face for it. You're thinking oh in the mouth, so we get a nice resonant to it. Da 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 da. And then you got that cool rim shot on beat 4 from the drums. Da da da. Those low C's should be slightly louder than everything before it, so you need to save a little bit of your musical energy and volume for those 3 notes going into measure 27. Da 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 da. Now, for me, I had a really tough time with this. I was already kind of maxed out with my volume. If I were practicing it on a more regular basis, I would actually play this phrase here a little softer than forte so that I had a little bit more gas in the tank, a little bit more flexibility to play louder on these last 3 notes. 27, we get back to the melody. Nothing new here. Don't forget to crescendo on the whole notes, especially if your band director is conducting it. Nothing new here, nothing new here. Down to 35, we have the recap of the introduction once again. Just be sure that as we get further along in the song, that we're thinking tone quality over volume. If we don't sound good, it's not going to sound good to the audience, right? We want to always make sure we're in control of our mouths. The more we play, the more we get tired, the more that when we start blasting and pushing too much air through it, we might get undesirable sounds. So you, as the player, wonderful thing, you get to be in charge of how loud you play. No matter how much the band director is saying, if you don't have any more to give, he or she does not want actually your maxed out volume in the middle of the concert. Now, practicing wise, maybe they'll stretch you and push you to play really loud. But in the performance, we don't want to hear you, student, maxed out and grainy sounding, like distorted, like we've cranked up the volume too much and we're getting this like sound. When you get to the end, make sure that you breathe a little bit early or even on beat 1 if your band director tells you to, and get that clear ch-ch-ch. And as far as like how loud that goes, that's really up to your band director. I would say play it conservative. Don't miss the note. Make sure it's clean and focused with your sound. Overblowing that could make your whole song sound less cool if it's not tight on the end. Okay, I hope this helped. If it did, let me know in the comments. Again, let me know how your concert prep is going. Tell me how terrible my clarinet playing is. I'm serious. I don't care. I'll let the comment through. I filter all the comments, by the way. I'll let the comment through. I'll heart it, and I'll write back to you, and I'll say, yep, I know. I'm working on it. But anyway, you guys are great. Keep up the good work. I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe.